Hi, everyone, and hi, Rinku. You look absolutely stunning and refreshed.
Thank you, Archana. I thought it's been a long time that we have been coming up with little lower energy. Time to get some positivity and some more fresh energy into the conversations. So here we are.
So, yes, absolutely much needed and much required. And also to all the people of the Talkatel family, thank you for being with us. We are 2000 right now on Instagram. Feel so much of love.
Thank you so much, everyone. So, time to get onto our topic of today's conversation, Archana. And the topic is not too far from what is happening around again, but with little fun and mix of fun and knowledge, I guess. The topic that we're addressing and the conversation that we want to do today is about for our audiences to understand the coping mechanisms of challenges. And the coping mechanism, when we talk of, we are basically trying to address just the personality types, how your personality type comes into play when it's a situation of a crisis or challenge. And the personality types that we are going to talk about is the warrior and the worrier. The only thing that we want to say here is that our objective, Archana, here today is not to conclude what is good or bad. I think we all know, we all have our multiple traits, and there are different dominant sides which come into play when there are certain situations. So I think what we have to understand is that you have a personality type of a certain kind, that you could be a warrior or a worrier. There is no good or bad to it. Depending on the situation, your dominant side may come into play, right? You could be both. And the other interesting factor that I definitely want to talk about here is that not only your skills and it's not just the outward part of it which comes into play. It's also a lot of internal, physiological aspect of your body which happens, which helps you cope with these. Which decides how you're going to cope and how you're going to respond to a certain situation, and that's to do with this particular gene, which is called COMT gene, Archana, and that activates an enzyme. And whenever there is a situation of a crisis or a challenge, this enzyme activates the two important chemicals in our body, which is dopamine and adrenaline. And both of these two are very important depending on how high this activity is happening and how much of these chemicals are being released. So if you're a warrior, your COMT enzyme is very active, and if you're a worrier, it may be a little lower in your body. So it's just not all about you as a person, it's also about a lot of internal chemistry which is going on within your body. So blame it to enzymes if you want to. The point we were trying to make is it's okay to be, there is no right or wrong in the personality types. It's fine to be whatever you want to be. The idea is to be aware of who you are and then being able to deal with the situations in a much better way. So let's come to the fun part of it. We've spoken enough about the knowledge here. So what's the fun thing that we're going to do, Archana?
First of all, I'm so relieved that, yes, not everything is my responsibility. Something is taken
Oh, yeah.
care by the enzymes also. We are going to do a small activity, everyone, wherein we are going to display a quiz on the screen. Taken a few moments as we are also going to take this quiz with you, and we'll see how the results say what we are, whether we are a warrior or a warrior, and then we'll disclose the qualities that each warrior or a warrior has. So I think that should be very interesting.
Five
Rinku, would you
questions.
want to say a little bit about the quiz as to how they can kind of do it?
Sure. So there are many deeper and intense quizzes available across. I thought for our conversation, it's a small 5 question quiz. All we have to do, Archana, is just pick our option A or a B from each of the
Okay.
5 questions that we have put across. These are simple
Okay.
statements. Just choose what fits you better in your situation. So A or a B, and then we will disclose after the few seconds of the quiz, as in what it tells about your personality.
Perfect. So take the quiz right now and catch you within few seconds. So yes, we are back. I have done my quiz, Rinku, and I'm sure you must have also done yours. So
I've done too. So tell me, open the secret for us. What's the surprise? What type are you, A or B?
okay, for me the quiz was I was more dominant on the B, and I had a little one pointer from the A. So yes, dominant being the B.
Sure. I'm not surprised, and you will not be surprised to know that I'm also more on the B side of it. Most
Okay.
of my responses connect with the B options. If you understand the quiz and if you see the questions or the situations that we have posted, Archana, it is very clear what are some of the traits of a warrior and a warrior. So yes, you and I are warriors, but there might be people. So no need to worry if you're a warrior. I know it comes with a negative connotation here, but we will, there are lots and lots of pros about being a warrior too. Yeah, it's okay to be on either or side, or even if you have a balance and you're the best human being you could be, because you have the strengths of both the personality types that you can play around with. So, what is a warrior according to you, Archana, and warrior?
As a layman, when I say a warrior and a warrior, I see them together
Yeah,
on the same platform. When I did the quiz, I was seeing that, there are so many traits that I have from both the sides, right? So I believe that each one of us, when you talk about a warrior, could be a person like me who at times is very, very finicky about the discipline, about certain things to be done in a
oh, yeah,
certain way or certain tasks to be finished. However, sometimes when it doesn't work like that, so the warrior aspect in me kind of rises. However, a warrior could be a person who is little more um, deliberate in knowing that if something doesn't work this way, we can take another way. So, somebody who is much more flexible. And I believe a
yeah.
warrior could be somebody who's very, very structured and does not want to move out of their specific routine that they follow.
True, true, true. So, very simply put, Archana, like you said very rightly, warrior is somebody, the strengths of warriors are they are very planful and they are very meticulous with their. So, if you have a long term goal and you want to really be somebody who is successful in those outcomes, then the warrior personality comes into play. But where they lack is that it can lead to a lot of they're overthinkers and they're worrisome. So what happens is that when faced with surprises or challenges, they can be facing a lot of anxiety and stress because of it, and which may not be very healthy. So only in the event of surprises. On the other side, when it comes to warrior, they are very good risk takers, but they can suffer in a day-to-day grind. Like we will not, because we don't we're not overthinkers, so we are okay because we know we can manage it when it comes to it. So we are
Yeah.
very good risk takers as warriors, but as a warrior, where you would struggle is when you have a long-term goal and if you don't see a deadline, if you don't give us some goal, an end goal, we might just miss it because
True.
we're so easily distracted. We want to do so much as a warrior, right? You want to
Yeah.
try different things. You want to try new surprises, and you function best in the situation of crisis. But you don't have a crisis on day-to-day basis. So I think it's good to be aware of whether you're a warrior or a warrior, and you need both these things. So I think on a day-to-day basis, let your warrior dominate you most of the times, and on your crisis situation, let the warrior crop out and work for you.
Very well explained. I think being a mix of both and taking both these things in your hand as per your need in that particular situation, I think that works best. So perfect.
So in crisis, be a warrior right now when we are facing COVID. Let's be the warriors and face it. And with that note, Archana, let's wrap our conversation today and hope to see you all next week.
See you everyone next week. Bye.
Bye.